Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flow for strength and flexibility. So find just a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in child's pose. So you can come over onto your knees. Let them come out nice and wide and bring your big toes together, sending the hips back towards the heels, and then reach your arms out long and start to lower your forehead. Lower your chest, soften your shoulders. Taking a big breath in, big breath out. Just allowing yourself to settle in. And take another big breath in and out. Soften the shoulders again. Relax the forehead, that space between your eyebrows. Maybe you can just listen to the sound of the breath. Breathing softness into the hips and the legs. Can you feel your tummy expanding with each breath in that you take? We're just going to stay here for one more full cycle of breath. And then you can start to use an inhale to lift your forehead. Lift your chest, lift your hips. Set up your tabletop as you bring your knees in. Bringing your wrists under your shoulders and maybe a couple rocks side to side where the hips feel good. You can start to tuck your toes under if you haven't already. Take a big inhale. Use the exhale to lift on up into downward facing dog. Push into those palms. Maybe spread the fingers a little bit wider. Option to pedal the feet a few times. Breathing a little deeper if you can. Softening through the jaw, the back of the neck. And then take a nice big inhale and start to look forwards. As you exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, lifting halfway, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Reaching up, looking up. Exhale as you lower your hands in front of your heart all the way down to your sides. Bring your feet together, your legs together. Start to bend your knees as you send your hips back, chair pose. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Spread your fingers wide. Just one more breath in. And as you exhale, straighten your legs and fold forwards. Inhale, take your half lift. As you exhale, fold. Let's bend our knees. We're going to come back into our chair. Bend your knees. Squeeze your knees together. Inhale, start to lift the chest and reach your arms up. Nice job, you guys. Inhale. Exhale, find the length through the legs and fold forwards. Woohoo, nice and warm already. Inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and let's step back into downward facing dog. Awesome work, you guys. Push into your palms. Look at your toes. Send those hips high. Take a big inhale and use the exhale to lower your knees down to your mat. And you can come up to standing on your knees. We're going to send our left leg out long, out to the side. So you can turn your toes to point forwards a little bit if you can. And then you can start to drop your hands down if you need to make some more adjustments to how you are set up here with your legs, but ideally we have a nice straight line out to the side. But lift the chest back up. If you did bring your hands down, rest your left hand on top of your leg, maybe even squeeze that quad a little bit, draw your tummy in, take a big inhale, reach your right arm up, Look up, spread those fingers wide, start to feel the stretch and the length through the side body. Nice and light through this left hand. It's not really doing much. It's just there for kind of looks and a little bit of support. Nice job, you guys. Take a big inhale, lift your upper body back up. Can you bring your right hand all the way down to the floor? Maybe it's just the fingertips. Take an inhale, reach the left arm up, maybe straight up. Maybe a little bit further over to the side. Awesome work, you guys. A nice big inhale and some core strength to lift your upper body right back up. Your hands can come down. You can slide that left leg in, and then we're going to send the right leg out, just switching sides. So point those toes forwards a little bit as best you can. Lift on up, find that balance. Maybe wake up that quad, maybe draw that tummy in right now. Right hand to the leg, inhale, reaching up with the left. You might not have to reach or even go very far with that left hand, and you might already start to feel that nice side stretch through that oblique. Just look up, reach up, and then use a big inhale to come on up. Planting those left fingertips or maybe the entire palm. Inhale, reaching up with the right arm. Sweep those fingertips as far over as they want to go. Beautiful, you guys. Nice big inhale to lift the upper body all the way up. You can bring your hands down, bring your right knee back in. We're going to set up a tabletop here, so spread your fingers wide. Maybe the hips want a little bit of a rock side to side, but then tuck the toes. Take a big inhale and exhale. Lift on up into downward facing dog. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale, look forwards. Exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale as you fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching up, looking up. And exhale as you lower your hands in front of your heart and all the way down to your sides. We're going to step our feet out, but mat width apart. Turn your toes and your feet out to the sides a little bit. We're going to come into a Yogi Squat, or the deepest squat that you have. Your hands might be on your hips, maybe your hands together in front of your chest, but take an inhale and then slowly bend the knees as you exhale and come into the lowest squat you can possibly come into. Nice job, you guys. You might stay pretty high up. You might be able to come pretty close to the floor. Maybe you can open the knees just a little bit more. Maybe gentle as you push the fingertips together and place the elbows on the knees just to open up those hips. Nice job, you guys. Can you lengthen through the spine and lift your chest a little bit more? Can you relax your shoulders? How warm are you? Can you breathe? Awesome job, you guys. Take an inhale. We're going to lift all the way back up to standing. Just turn your toes so that they're pointing forward. They're still out on the edges of the mat. Inhale to lengthen through the body, and an exhale to fold forwards. So just a nice stretch for the back of those legs. Maybe you want to bend your knees here. Maybe your fingertips can rest on the floor, or maybe the shins. Let the head get heavy. Nice work, you guys. We're going to use an inhale to come back up, so bend those knees. Inhale, lift your upper body all the way back up to standing. Turn the toes out. Turn them out just a little bit so they're pointing out to the sides. We're going to come back for another squat, hanging out here just a little bit longer. So hands to the hips or in front of the heart. Take an inhale and use the exhale to come down into the deepest squat that you've got. Keeping that spine long. Maybe even a little rock side to side feels good. Nice job, you guys. Option to move a little bit in this squat. So either if your right hand can rest on the floor, or maybe you're a little bit higher and you're not going to touch the floor. You're just going to rest your hand on your knee, but just turn the chest a little bit to the left. You might reach up, or maybe your left hand is also resting on your knee. Just a little bit of a twist. Feel those legs working. I know. One more inhale. Come back to center as you exhale. Reset. Lengthen your spine. If you need to come all the way up to standing, do that and then join us again. The left hand either to the floor or to the knee. Turn the chest to the right if it feels right to do so. A little twist. Maybe reach on up. Maybe look up. One more inhale. And then using the exhale to come back to center. Awesome, you guys. One more breath here. Lift that chest. Lengthen the spine. And then let's use a big inhale to come all the way up to standing. Turn your feet, point those toes forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This should be kind of like a break. Feel those nice hamstrings lengthen. The head, let it get heavy. Slow down your breath. Awesome work, you guys. So good. We're going to use an inhale to come all the way up. Bend the knees and inhale. Lift all the way up to standing. Nice job, you guys. Who wants to do one more squat? Nah. Maybe next time. You can bring your feet back together. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale as you reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, walk your feet all the way back into your down dog. Push into those palms. Send those hips high. One more big inhale. And then use the exhale to lower your knees down to your mat and bring them out wide. Let's find child's pose again. Bring the big toes together. Send the hips back to the heels. Push into those palms. And just melt it down. Close the eyes. Find the breath. You can stay exactly as you are here. If you want to add a side stretch, just lift your forehead up a little, your chest up a little. Look at your hands and let's walk them over towards the left side. You can keep your hips low, but just reaching with the arms. Feel the length of that right arm especially, and just rest it back down. If you walked your hands over to the left side, use an inhale, walking them back to center. Maybe push into the palms, send the hips back to the heels again, and you can start to walk your hands over towards the right. So reaching, kind of lengthening as much as you can through that left arm, especially, and then melt it down. Awesome work, you guys. Using an inhale to find your way back to the middle. Maybe push into the palms one more time. Send the hips back to the heels. And then you can start to lift. Lift the hips. Bring the knees in. Crossing your ankles. Have a seat. So let's bend our knees and plant our feet. You're going to start to kind of hug your knees, folding forwards a little bit, maybe even tucking your chin towards your collarbone. If this feels good on your back, if it does not feel good to round, you can take an inhale and lengthen through the spine. Soften through the shoulders. You might stay here with your legs bent. You might find some more length through them. Maybe start to tip forwards a little more. Maybe point your toes up towards the ceiling. Just a forward fold. Whatever that's going to look like for you today. Tipping forwards or keeping the spine long. Keeping the knees bent or finding some more length through them. Whatever feels good. If you are folding forward, let's use an inhale to slowly lift back up. Lift all the way up. Lean back a little bit. Bring some weight into your hands. Bend the knees. Bring your feet out wide, like to the edges of your mat, and you can start to rock the knees side to side. And then we're going to let our knees fall over towards the left, as far as they want to fall over to the side. They might come a little ways. You might encourage them a little further. Whatever feels best on that outer right leg. You might even add the left foot as a little extra weight if it feels good. Awesome, you guys. If you do have your legs crossed, just uncross them and then use an inhale to lift the knees slowly back up, and maybe a couple rocks side to side to shake it out. And your knees can eventually start to fall over towards the right. And maybe just a little. Maybe you need to rock a few more times. Or maybe a little encouragement to drop that knee towards the floor feels the best. The option to cross the right foot over top of that left leg. Feeling this, that outer hip, that outer quad. Awesome job, you guys. Uncross those legs. Use an inhale. Bring the knees up. Rock it out. Shake it out. And finding your way into a nice comfy seat. Cross-legged maybe. If you cross your legs the same way all the time, cross them the other way. Bring that awkward leg out in front. Placing your hands on the floor beside you, maybe just the fingertips. A big inhale to lengthen through your spine. We're going to add a couple side stretches here. So with an inhale, you start to reach your right arm up. Maybe lean over to the side. Maybe spread the fingertips wide. And just go as far as feels right for you. And that nice side stretch. Use a big inhale. Come back up through center. Inhale the left arm up. Maybe reach for the ceiling or the sky. Maybe add a lean over to the side, but keep reaching. Nice job, you guys. Take a big inhale. Lift on up. Your hands can come back to your knees or maybe your lap. If you want a shoulder roll, take a shoulder roll. Awesome work today, you guys. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, namaste.